All right. Hopefully that changed the the title. I don't think I changed it. I think it. I I I'm pretty sure I changed it. I'm pretty sure I changed it. Okay. All right. We're gonna turn some volume up because last time the volume was pretty low. You couldn't hear anything over my voice. I was too loud. So anyways, all right. So yeah, last time we spilled the beans when we probably shouldn't have about why we're here and where we're from. So yeah, met Vinette, who becomes Heidelin. Spoiler alert. Alright, let's get going. Shall we begin our investigations then? I am acquainted with Hermes, of course, but only as a visitor received by the chief overseer of Elpis. Of the man himself, I know only that which is common knowledge. Thus, I suggest we fall back on the tried and true method of conversing with the locals. The observers who live here could surely tell us more of Hermes and Medion, and I have a good idea of where we might begin. Yeah. Okay. Uh, finally I got like a top or a chest piece that actually looks really nice with for Sage. I just have a hard time finding outfits for Sage that doesn't make him look like a magic user. Like I know Sage is like you're still using magic, but it looks more technology technological. Yes. See you, the woman standing in front of yonder building. Her name is Esmond. No, that's Calm Observer. Oh, hi. Sick ride, bro. She is the one who made arrangements for my stay in Elpis, and from what I recall, she has held her position here for quite some time. Chances are she can provide us with some insight. Go and ask your questions. I will help with drawing out answers if need be, but I leave the choice of the topic up to you. Don't snap your neck at me like that. Questions for me? Well, I suppose I have no other pressing duties. The following event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending duty. You can ask your questions. Yes. Also, I don't know if my... Hang on, I'll wait. Greetings, Esmond. My friend here is desperately curious about Chief Hermes. And I was wondering if you might indulge him. Certainly, Mistress Renat. Anything could be of service. What do you wish to know? What kind of person is Hermes? What are Hermes' interests? I need to figure out who Hermes is, not figure out how I'm going to ask him out on a date or anything. Well, he is an authority on flying life forms and has expansive knowledge of living creatures in general. Is that what you wish to know? How would you describe him as a person? As a colleague? He is a quiet man, reserved, you might say, and occasionally somewhat poor with his choice of words. His reticent nature, however, does not prevent him from carrying out his duties as chief overseer. I hope that answers your question. Was there anything else? How long has Minion been here? Do you know Minion's abilities? How long has she been here? I cannot rightly say. As the chief's personal creation, Minion has not been subjected to observation and study like other concepts. So one day she's so simply there, and what do you make of her abilities? I understand that she is a highly unusual familiar, able to read emotions and communicate directly with one's mind. Exactly how she was created with that talent. However, it is a mystery to me. Oh, it is a mystery to me. My apologies. I wish I explained her nature in more depth, but I have not had occasion to discuss it with Chief Hermes. Do you wish you knew him better? Do you trust him? I beg your pardon. I've known Chief Hermes for many years. Though I cannot say we are close, he was never withheld information to the detriment of our duties. That is what you mean. There we go. I got the chat working now. Yeah. Sorry. Anyways, forgive us. We seem to have veered slightly off course here. Is there perhaps someone else who could tell us more about Medion? That would be Tiamat. He has a similar expertise with flying concepts and is more than eager to discuss the subject. You'll find him conducting his observations on the banks of the stream, somewhere to the east. Oh, and unless you take a particular joy in rambling core discourse, I suggest you keep your questions concise. You should keep that in mind. Thank you for your patience and your insight. Think nothing of it. If there is aught else you need during your stay, please do not hesitate to ask. Your eyes are extremely blue. Come on, sir. I think. Yeah, sorry, I was freaking mesmerized by her eyes. Jesus. Oh yeah, we're also here now that I finally got time to put all my stuff up. I was finally able to make this that I can apply for us to actually be in character. Be in character. Also, I think my capture thing just stopped working for a couple of seconds. Okay, anyways. Hang on, it's gonna look a little weird. There we go. Alright. Oh, that's a nice looking bird. Our investigation is off to a fine start, wouldn't you agree? From here, I propose that we split up. I shall continue making inquiries with the residents observers. If you could track down the colleague Isman mentioned, the fearless style of interrogation will eventually lead you to answers you seek. All I ask is that you watch your footing around the street. We can meet back here once you finish speaking with Timaeus. Timmy? Excuse me. Hey, Timmy! Yes, I am Timmy. But please keep your voice down. You'll startle the birds. So what is it you wish to speak about? Is it true you're an expert on flying creations? What do you think of Chief Hermes' flying creations? Chief Hermes' work? Worthy subject, indeed. Those beings which soar through the clouds, majestic and graceful, are ever a favorite of creators. Even now, with so many varieties in existence, the food of newly imagined concept continues unabated. What sets the chief's creations apart, however, is how they benefit from his boundless knowledge of the celestial realm. Birds that climb so high that they disappear from view, others which traverse the boundless skies in moments, and all without riding the currents. I know of none save he who can conceive of such marvels. Even he who prizes elegance of form above all else are dumbfounded by his genius. I'm dumbfounded by your vocabulary, bro. Why not mimic his process? Medion to you is a marvel, then. My opinion on that matter would be superficial at best. Despite my admiration for Medion as a concept, I have never delved too deeply into the inner workings of her nature. I know that she has a gift for communicating via emotions, but otherwise her abilities are a mystery to me. If Chief Hermes should choose to submit Medion's concept to the Bureau of the Architect, then will the design be registered for public scrutiny? Analyzing a colleague's creation before that step is frowned upon, to say the least. Of course, if he came to me, a fellow artisan, looking for advice, that would be an entirely different story. Do you know Dynamis and Intellectues? Okay, alright. I'm remembering what that word means now. I could tell you more of Medion's nature if you'd like. I could tell you more of Medion's nature if you like. God, that sounded so weird. Dynamis and Intellectues? Those terms do sound vaguely familiar. Was there not a flower made here in Elpis which exhibited properties of one or the other? Excuse me, sorry. It must have been centuries since I last heard anyone speaking of such things. Has there been a resurgence in interest? Then why bring up the subject? I'm flattered that you sought my insight, but I cannot afford to neglect my duties for the sake of idle chatter. Now, I really must turn to my observations. Surely you have your own tasks to attend to. No, I don't. Alright, well, thanks for the chat, Timmy. I cannot fly. I forgot. I was doing some quest lines off stream earlier, and yeah, I just got so used to flying around. When you play this game, and you get so used to just being able to fly around, this is like a huge change in pace. Back already, that was quick work. You were obviously clever enough to head off any of that rambling Isman mentioned. So, have you any new findings to share? Actually, quite the opposite. He actually stopped me from doing idle chit chat. So, yeah, I didn't think we don't think we had a problem with that. I see. Even an expert in the field had little understanding of Medion's capabilities, let alone an unawareness of Dynamis. My questions resulted in much the same answers. Hermes' colleagues view Medion as his personal project and could provide no details beyond those which you just told me, which leads me to believe that the only person with any significant knowledge of Dynamis is Hermes himself. Yes, we've made some progress here, but more information is needed if we are to reach any definitive conclusions. At present, the strongest link we have to the final days is the power of Dynamis, and the intellectuals which can control it. Yet most scholars are only vaguely aware of these terms, let alone study them in depth, except for Hermes, it seems. Thus, I am inclined to stay our current course and learn all we can about the Chief Overseer and his familiar. On that subject, was there aught else of note you can tell me about Medion, aside from her unorthodox method of communication? There are more like her. She has sisters. She and her sisters were created to journey to the stars in search for intelligent life. I rather wish you had mentioned that earlier. In any event, would you care to elaborate? That seems kind of really important. So these siblings of hers now travel the great expanse in search of deeper meaning. Thank you. Though the mystery at hand remains unresolved, I feel you've touched upon a vital clue, one we should keep in mind as we continue. Next, I propose we take ourselves to Peripeteia Crystalline. Not far from here, just follow the path to the west. Hey, Captain. Oops. This tower and the one further along are both part of Peripeteia Crystalline, the facility where they archive all of Elpis's observational and testing records. Despite how they appear from the outside, the interior is actually a vast area of magically interconnected spaces, which, while fascinating, is not the reason we are here, is it? I shall cut my architectural lesson short and see what those two archivists have to share. If you could find someone to speak with over at the other tower, I shall join you there anon. I like this place. It's nice, it's peaceful. Very separated from everything. You have questions for me? Certainly. Just a moment while I conclude my current appointment. Indeed, so if you could provide a comprehensive log of those behaviors, we should then have sufficient data for our official records. Yes. Now, what was it you wished to speak with me about? Chief Overseer's personal research project? And by that I assume you mean Medion? Such undocumented studies are difficult to track. After all, hardly a day goes past without seeing a researcher trailed by one creation or another. I'm afraid I cannot tell you exactly when Medion appeared, only that she now spends much of her time at Chief Hermes' side. Although I do recall an interesting tale my dearest Galeen shared with me. Galeen is my partner, and a fellow researcher here in Elpis. She was returning late one night when she caught sight of Chief Hermes sending Medion heavensward, a host of them. For several days she would speak of that scene with wonder, describing it as one of the most beautiful spectacles she had ever witnessed. That sounds like a story I should like to hear. Mistress Banat, I thought you had already returned to the surface. Permit me to thank you again for your invaluable contribution to our concept placement proposal. Pray do not mention it. As you say, my original plan was to leave after that task, but I have since become engrossed with Chief Hermes' research. Also, there was like a random gust of wind that I just felt it on my arm. Anyways, would you favor me with a retelling of this sight which so delighted your Galeen? Of course. Or you could hear it from her lips directly if you prefer. Excuse me. At present, she should be observing a subject in Metabaseos. She does enjoy her time there, watching the sea creatures hunt and play, gazing upon the salty waters of the world's oceans, recreated in such sublime detail. We get to go up there. Wow. This place is really pretty. I like it. I imagine you must find similar joy in indulging your boundless curiosity, Mistress Vanat. Even though such pursuits must continually and regretfully delay your return to the star. Indeed, they do. "'Tis a rest well deserved and long overdue, I should think. How greatly have we prospered for the wisdom you accumulated during your travels at Azim. And what would Elpis be without your earlier academic work? The theories you developed served as the basis of many techniques still in use today. Man is a creature of contemplation, but none embody that nature with as much enduring passion as you. I dare say there is not a soul alive more worthy of a return. I shall rejoice the day you depart on your final journey. I will be honored. Shall we take this opportunity to meet with Galeen in person? Then allow me to reconfigure the door to the archives here. We'll take you up to the Skyway and spare you the need to avoid hostile concepts on the ground. That would be most helpful, thank you. I've opened the path to the Skyway. Once you pass through the door, simply walk straight across the next tower and ask for admittance to the upper tier. Upon arriving at the upper tier, walk straight across the Skyway and you will find yourself at the entrance of Metabaseos Thalasai. Galeen will be eager to share her tale with you, I'm sure. Sorry, I promise It is not the story or the pacing that's making me yawn. It was the fact that I got up at 6 o'clock in the morning and went to the gym. But I'm really, really interested in getting this stuff done. Mistress Venat, just passing through? Then allow me to prepare the path. If you need further assistance, there is always an observer out on the upper skyway. Why, thank you. You are very approachable. Thank you for being approachable. Can we fall? No. Wait a minute. So then... Oh yeah, it's right there. Sorry, I like looking at like distant details. Mistress Venat, I was not told to expect. We would have prepared an official welcome. Please, there's no need for fanfare. I only wish to speak with Galeen, if that might be arranged. Yes, Galeen, of course. I will inform her immediately. But she may be engaged in a testing phase. You could be in for somewhat of a wait. Should I let her know your business is urgent? That won't be necessary. This lovely view will keep us occupied until she is ready to receive us.
A delightful breeze and a breathtaking view. What is it like in the future? Is the world still a beautiful place?
Just to be honest.
Dark, hidden places, rife with danger. Those have an altogether different, but no less powerful sort of appeal. While we wait, will you not tell me about your adventures? Well, not the portentous events which led you here, but the simple delights all your own. By learning about the future world, I may gain insight into future me's plans. But more than that, I have an interest simply as a fellow traveller. Short of going somewhere oneself, there's naught more stirring than hearing another's account.
I changed races like, I don't know, like, I want to say 6 times. So, that's a tale.
Incredible. Would that I could have been there to see it. Yours is a harsh and unforgiving world. Yet in spite of this, your brethren hold fast to their virtue. To know that the light of mankind's potential still shines, even in that faraway place, it gives me heart. Thank you for regaling me with your tales. I will treasure every word. As you know, I was once a scholar. And among other things, I sought to understand the workings of the world. What exactly is ether? How formed the laws of nature? Whence sprung mankind? Riddles and mysteries beyond counting. Over the years, I have managed to find answers to some few of them. Yet rather than attain a sense of mastery, the more I understood, the more I came to hold the world and its miracles in awe. We too are miracles, each and every one of us, born of the warm breath of life that traverses the heavens, swirling through eternity. When I fully grasped the improbability of our existence, nothing felt impossible anymore. If it could be imagined, it could be done. A passion swelled within me, an epiphany dispelling all preconceptions of what was natural and true. And a presence without, immense yet intimate. Fate, perhaps, holding us in its tender embrace. As reassuring as it was intimidating, how keenly aware I became of creation's fragility, built as it is upon precarious happenstance. I was overcome with an irrepressible urge to know the world more intimately, to hear its voice, feel its breath. I ventured forth on a journey that very day, so very long ago now. Freed from presumption and prejudice, I saw the world through a newborn's eyes. Everything fresh and new, and so beautiful. Lands that stretched on forever. Skies one could drown in. The heartbeat of nature, silent yet strong. And amidst it all a people, beacons of light and life. Laughter that warmed my heart like naught else before. They are my meaning, and my purpose, my love. And so long as they need help, I cannot return to the star. Perhaps my future self is still waiting for it. A moment she can let go and walk unto the end. Safe in the knowledge that man will find his own way. You, who are our future, tell me this, and tell me true. Has your journey been good? Has it been worthwhile?
Pray forgive my lateness. My observation subject was rather irritable, and it took a while to settle it down.
No need to apologize. Your work takes precedence. Besides, we had a pleasant conversation in the meantime.
You're too kind. Now then, I'm told you wished to ask me some questions.
Indeed. I've an interest in one of Hermes' creations. Meteon. You witnessed a host of them take flight, yes?
Oh, that! Yes, yes, I did. It was in the dark of the morn. I'd left the Thalassai after nocturnal observation. As I walked along, I spied a bright light climbing high into the southeastern skies. Then, in an instant, it was gone, like a shooting star, only rising rather than falling. But then another shot up, then another, and another. Intrigued, I made my way to the edge to investigate. And who should I spy on an isle to the south but Hermes and Meteon, the Matea, rather. There were lots of them, and I realized they must be the shooting stars that I'd seen.
A dazzling spectacle indeed. Have you spoken with Hermes about this?
Oh, yes. The sight left such an impression on me that I approached him about his mystery project the very next day. Alas, he said that he couldn't reveal anything just yet, that he needed to conduct further tests. It shouldn't be long now, though. He often returns to that isle, and I have a feeling he's nearing a breakthrough.
Splendid. We are likewise eager for the details. Well, that is all we wish to ask. Thank you for taking the time to indulge our curiosity.
You're very welcome. It's always a pleasure to speak with other inquisitive souls. Oh, and will you be descending now? If so, I shall link the doors for you.
Please.
I was kind of hoping that we were going to be able to walk around and, go up to the top, but I guess not. So another piece of the puzzle falls into place. From what we've learned thus far, I think we can safely conclude that Hermes has been revealing the details of his research to others, which suggests that either someone will appropriate his discoveries and make use of them, or that Hermes himself will have a hand in causing the final days. Since we have no reason yet to suspect the former, we should consider the latter the more likely possibility. Proceeding under that assumption, our next step should be to divine why, or even if, he might desire such a terrible fate of our star. Wait, where are we getting that Hermes is doing it? I completely missed that part. I mean, I know I'm listening and watching and reading, but I don't... okay, we'll just keep going. Just like to visit the site from which Hermes sent forth the media. If we are fortunate, we might find some hint. Probably should have read that and not skipped it. I feel like there was so much up here to explore. Man. Helpless Minotaur. Oh, that's probably where we're gonna go to go up there. Okay, actually no, that's what we took to go down. Never mind. Second, I've got to do something on my phone while this cutscene plays. Okay, I'm sorry. I was just checking to see. Make sure there was no messages for me. Okay. Have you the means to fly? 'Tis quite a distance away. Inconvenient, but hardly an insurmountable problem. Too many Argos. It's the Doog. My friend, would you mind creating a double to carry Osir over to that island? Stubborn creature, there is no place on this great star we have not together traveled, and it still he remains obstinate in the presence of strangers. Argos has rather exacting standards, I'm afraid. What? You've ridden him before? Ah, your before meaning my after. Not all that confusing at that. Interesting. 'Tis certainly not unthinkable. But speaking of the here and now, the quick solution is for us to face off in a sparring match. What? What? To demonstrate to him that you are capable of holding your own against me in battle, you should convince Argos that you are worthy of his back. And besides, I might even teach you a thing or two to bargain. You seem doubtful, but useful lesson or not, it will certainly be a moment to remember. A memory of the distant past to cherish. What say you, traveler out of time? We'll do what I must. This memory turns out to be a bad one. Choose your battlefield! I admire your confidence. Clear your mind, prepare your weapons. I will wait you at the clearing over yonder. I feel like I'm being a little too loud. Let me lower myself. There we go. What level is this, by the way? It's level 87. Okay, we'll continue on this stage.
Let neither side hold back. My blade sings!
Oh my gosh.
My blade sings!
Ah, got it that time.
Impressive. I shall have to try something different.
No, it's okay, you don't have to. Oh, she changed dancer. That's not what I wanted.
I see you won't be easily overcome, but neither will I.
Oh.
Prepare yourself.
Oh my god. You know, to be honest, I'm probably only surviving because I can heal myself.
We've only just begun. Come at me with your all.
Of course, he's turned into a paladin. Great. Eh. Barely made it.
Very well. Let us move to the final trial.
Oh, you freaking going Super Saiyan over there? Oh god, hi. Where'd you go?
Break your chains, shed your burdens, and show me your strength of will! You still stand. The people of your time are more resilient than I had dared hope. I have seen enough.
No, you just, you know, gave me your blessing of light, apparently. I guarantee you, not everybody is this resilient.
'Twas my intent to finish it, but clearly I underestimated you. One would think I never learn. I made the same mistake with Azam when we first sparred. Despite being less than half my age, his strength was astounding. As is yours. 'Tis plain you have weathered considerable hardship. Far more even than your tales would suggest. It Seems we have both learned much on our journeys. Well now, I dare say he has warmed to you. A boon to be sure. He never forgets his favorites, and is ever eager to come to their aid.
And that's why he was so excited whenever we showed up on the moon. Just read that. Flower upon your return. Let's move over to the edge before mounting, shall we? That will allow Argos to catch the currents rising up from below and give us a smooth ride over to the isle. Hey, hey. I need the current. Neat. Reminds me, I still need to get the last two in Thavnir. Yes. Whee! That's the 12 Wonders. That's the mainland. And then have no idea what's over there. Now, what was the name of that tree? No something? No, I was reading that. Noetophorion. Quite a striking specimen, is it not? It says in the chat behind me, by the way, if you're trying to look at it.
Quite a small place, lacking even the most basic equipment. The present may yield no clues, but we may yet try perusing the past. Have you done this before?
I mean, I am now standing in the
So
past.
you cannot control the power freely. Worry not. I shall assist you.
Oh yeah, it's how
Come
we
and
were
stand
like gazing into
before me.
people's memories, yeah.
There are two ways to see the past. The first entails peering through the walls of the soul in the moment a subject is recalling a memory. The second requires no subject, and is instead a process of piecing together an event from ripples left in the ambient ether. As memories are etched upon the ether of the soul, so too are they etched upon the ether of the world. In this way can history be preserved. Such memories are given to fading, however, and can prove challenging to visit. But come, let us try. Close your eyes.
love this
units
song so
fully
much.
functional and proceeding on course towards their respective stars. Estimated time to completion of survey is 108 cycles. End of status report. Severing connection with shared consciousness. Did you hear that, Hermes? All is well.
Yes. Good tidings at long last. Every step of the way, I've been reminded how little we understand creation. How the universe defies imagination.
But soon we won't need to speculate. We'll know the answers. What others live for.
Indeed. And we'll owe it all to you and your sisters.
I wonder what answers we will get.
Whatever intelligent beings that exist out there are bound to be vastly different from us. Diverse in form and culture. Possessed of unique ways of thinking. Their conception of life and its purpose will be no exception. Completely and utterly unlike ours.
Utterly unlike. How?
I have no idea. Yet whatever answers we receive, I will not dismiss them out of hand. No, I will think earnestly on them all. And I will share them with our people, that together we may contemplate our own existence. Perhaps then our star will become a better place. Not only for man, but for all life. Meteon, though I gave you wings to soar the heavens, I did not teach you how to walk the earth. So loath was I to bind another living being. In the course of your long journey, you will learn from those you meet. Learn to walk and run and so much more. And when you return, older and wiser, we will have a celebration to mark your homecoming and coming of age both.
Will there be apples? Covered in syrup?
And how are you supposed to eat them? Rather than food, perhaps... a flower. Yes. Upon your return, I will gift you a beautiful flower.
So, what is your opinion?
Yeah, I don't know why he would wish for the final days other than just like being just being done with the way things work around here. Like he said he was oh, hello to viewers. How are y'all today? Um I don't really know. I don't I don't think Hermes would. At least not intentional. So yeah, Hermes wouldn't wish for the final days.
I am inclined to agree. As we had suspected, the two are somehow involved. Yet 'tis difficult to believe that they would deliberately seek to end all life. In light of this, I propose that we reveal your tale to Hermes himself. If he does not wish for the final days, as we believe, he may well join us in pursuing a solution. Then it is settled. Let us seek out our friend with all swiftness. 'Twould not do to let such a pure soul be blackened by tragedy.
There are any number of places where Hermes might be in Elpis. But we could do worse than to look in... I'm pretty sure I mispronounced that. The largest facility, it stands in Ethos, the Northern Island. I warned Overseer for an institution which claims to studiously research every species destined for release into the world. Did you not question how they find room for them all on so few islands? The answer lies within itself. I touched upon the practice before back at the archives, where a vast area sits together out of multiple conceptual spaces. Same holds true for the interior of this facility and its magical constructed environs. 'Tis there, within the sprawling habitats, that the chief overseer and most of Elpis's observers conduct the bulk of their work. Come, the simplest route via the news of Potan Oikos. Hi. Yes, hi, hello, how y'all doing today? uh. Yeah, I don't think Hermes would do that. He wouldn't do it intentionally, because he is kind of done with the fact that he has to create things, and if they don't live up to, you know, a certain criteria, then they just get unmade and they wind up losing all traces of what they were. In which case, each time it hurts him deeply. So maybe in a way to avoid that from happening over and over again, he causes it, but I don't think he would do it purposefully. The spirits be teleported now. Told you about motes of light yet hang in the air, suggesting the device was but recently activated. Proceed. Yeah, I don't think he would do that deliberately. And it kind of feels wrong to say that to accuse him of it. That's why I was just like, whenever Venat said that he caused it, he may have caused it, I'm just like, what? When did we say that? Ah, good. The Noose acknowledges you as my guest. You should now have the authority to use it as you wish. Why, thank you. As for the way to Xis Hyperborea, we follow this path, then turn left at the crossroads. Follow, and then to the left. Got it. Is there a place up here? No, I guess not, because it's right next to a aetheryte. Left at the crossroads. Here we are, the grandest research facility in Elpis. We should head inside and ask for Hermes' whereabouts. Hermes is at another facility, as we have just discovered. Ha! What's up? Furthermore, we confirmed that his studies into Dynamis as well as his creation of Meteon were entirely private pursuits. No one else we spoke with appeared to possess the chief's depth of knowledge on the subject, and neither did we hear any tales of stolen research. Which means that if Hermes himself harbors no desire to bring down an apocalypse, then he might be recruited to help prevent one. Same idea. Or so saith the illustrious Emmett Selk. Aww. According to your story, the 14 divined the connection between the celestial currents and the final days, but were never able to pinpoint the root cause of the calamity. It's our people's greatest minds, not to mention Hythlodaeus' sharp eyes, committed to the pursuit of a solution. Such an outcome seems inconceivable. The only possible explanation is if the nature of the catalyst was so inexplicable that even we failed to perceive it. And what better fits that description than the invisible, intangible Dynamis? Which in turn leads us to our next question. How did Hermes, in his role as Fandaniel, not recognize the subject of his own research? We must assume that he either knew and was unable to help, or that he was otherwise prevented from identifying the cause in the first place. At this juncture, all we could do is speculate. To be clear, the convocation does not tolerate acts of deception or malice. We are practiced at perceiving truth and would have known had Fandaniel lied to us. Hermes has no conscious wish for the world to end. Of that I am certain. It seems there is more to the tale after all. We conducted an investigation of our own, you see. I don't want Hermes to be the bad guy. How comforting. We seem to have reached the exact same conclusion. I see no reason to delay further. 'Tis time we brought Hermes into the fold, as it were. Thank you for your understanding. Thanks, Emmett. Save your thanks. I do not say I believed your ridiculous story. But as Emmett Selk, I have a duty to examine any potential threat to our existence, no matter how ludicrous or personally offensive I may find it. Hythlodaeus is eager to find Hermes, as am I. I think the time for leisurely exploration has passed. If I might have a moment to adjust my vision... There he is, on the next isle over. Meteon is with him. Hermes appears to be in the midst of an observational study, but I suggest we hurry over before they venture elsewhere. Head straight down the path. We can teleport to the Mesopsis Euros from the device at the bottom of the slope. So many freaking jump pad things, man. Ophiotaurus. Boy, you are slow. Harpuya. There it goes. Excuse me, sorry. Proceed to Euros. Yes. They are close by, within the Hungering Gardens. That would be the circular enclosure you see just up ahead. Oh. Well then, Osir, make yourself useful and bring Hermes out here to us. If I were to go, he would assume I was only there to press him on the Fandaniel matter. Of all of us present, you stand the best chance at convincing him to put aside his work for the moment. But the creations in there are not exactly... Then again, perhaps Osir can't handle them. He did survive a bout with Venat after all. Off you go to find Hermes, but do be prepared to come to blows with the garden's denizens. I'll be alright. I love my little Lena. Wind up Lena. Whoa! These are the freaking... Hi. Wrong one. Where would Hermes be? Marble Marquee. Gross. There's nowhere they're gonna be like right next to it, so they gotta be like somewhere in the back. Yeah, they gotta be like somewhere like where it's like hard to get to. There's no way. Ah, they're there. Oh, he's scared because of the other thing. Oh, the last story, I think. I'm just guessing. Oh, Seer, what are you doing here? I thought you were keeping Hilarious and Immitsel company. An important matter, and unrelated to my decision on Mandaniel, you say. Yes, I will come as soon as my work here is finished. It will not be long, I promise, but you should really wait outside the garden with the others. This is no place for idle exploration. Alright, we're running straight out of here, boys. I feel like there's gonna be an Aetherkern in there somewhere too. Oh well. You spoke with Hermes then? And were briefly entangled with the denizens of the Harmony Gardens as well, I see. Or should I say, smell. Cannot speak for certain convocation members, but I, for one, am impressed with your fortitude. Well done indeed. Now that you've convinced Hermes to confer with us, let us pray that things will soon take a turn for the better. For as fascinating as it would be to meet the Emmett Selk who would recreate Amarok in the depths of the ocean, I think it best for all concerned if such tragic events never came to pass. Be it in our future or your past, assuming yours is not truly written in stone, naive hope that is. Masoka seems content to stay where he is. Hermes said he would not be long. Yes, then we shall wait here until he emerges.
My apologies for keeping you waiting. I understand there is a matter you wish to discuss.
Aye, a matter of the utmost gravity, if one can suspend disbelief. Go on then. Tell him what you told us, who you are, and why you came.
days.
The phenomena observed during these star-encompassing calamities is likely the product of a dynamis reaction. And none is more versed in the applications of this energy than you, Hermes. I must stress that we do not believe you would desire such destruction. We come not to lodge accusations, but to beg your wisdom. And so, distressing though the exercise may be, I ask that you share with us your opinion on the matter, on the assumption that our visitor's tale is true.
Even you, Vana. As you say, the phenomena observed in the two calamities may both be attributed to dynamis. Of note is the difference in its effect. In the first final days, it warped creation magics. In the second, it warped the people themselves. The key variable, I suspect, is the etheric density of the men of each age. As you know, ether, in essence, negates dynamis. Harboring high concentrations of ether, we ancients cannot readily manipulate dynamis, nor be manipulated by it. Therefore, rather than ourselves, the calamity affected our magics. In contrast, having been sundered, the people of the future are composed of but a fraction of our ether. Thus are they susceptible to the influence of dynamis and its transformative potential. But that would explain only the mechanism, not the cause. Though perhaps...
What is it? Even should it be a hypothesis, we would hear it.
Dynamis is an energy put in motion by feelings. Feelings for which there must first exist a source. A source to which the victims must be attuned. One that harbors the selfsame negative emotions. Elsewise it could not be the agent of such extreme change.
So it wasn't the stagnation of the celestial currents. Someone, or something, is instigating the star's demise.
So, we've a villain on our hands after all. Any idea who or what it could be?
The celestial currents comprise the outermost layer of the star's ether, encasing it like a protective sphere. According to your tale, it was where the currents were weakest that the phenomena first manifested. If the inciting factor came from without a Theris, then its effects would first be seen in those locations.
Greetings. Can you hear me? Do not be alarmed. I mean you no harm. I wish only to hear your words, share your feelings, know your thoughts. May we please be friends?
Meteion. What is it?
Executing scheduled task, suspending individual self and connecting to shared consciousness. Connection established. Commencing status report.
It hurts, it hurts! It hurts! So hot, so cold, so sad. I don't understand. Make it stop. Please.
Steady, Meteon. Steady.
So scared. So lonely. The pain. It's too much. Why? Why? Why do we... hurt? Hurt? Hate? This is wrong. All wrong.
She's gone? But how?
She has altered her etheric density in order to blend in with her surroundings, an ability for avoiding confrontation.
Most effective. Frustratingly so. I can't see her either. Not even a trace.
Stay away. Please. This is wrong. My mistake. So please.
Are you all right? In your mind? No. We only heard her speak the instant before she vanished.
Of course. When communicating without words, Meteon also employs Dynamis. That would explain why you were able to hear her, and we could not.
Then you are our best chance of finding her. Follow her voice and try to track her down. Hindered though we may be, let us split up and search as well.
Man, I hope it's not Medion or her sisters that caused it. This is gonna freaking suck. Yep. Maybe the sisters made contact with somebody, and that's who winds up being the villain. Yeah, one of the sisters found something and they're trying to report it, or it's something not good that they found. Can I climb this thing? Ah, I can. There we go. It's Emmett. I bet you it's at that tree over there, but let me just click this one just in case. Yee. Man, I don't want to fight one. I want to figure out what's gonna go happen. Bet you it's up here somewhere. Or not. Whoa, those are cool. This place is awesome. Formulating answers to the question, finalizing report. No, Seer, you must listen. It's wrong, it's all wrong. When you make this situation. The media are linked, the Matea are linked to a single mind, a shared consciousness which connects them across any distance. Suspect something has happened which disrupted its usual harmony. How might we access this shared consciousness of theirs? Much as you would approach any sentient being directly, In the Matea's case, that means speaking to any incarnation within physical reach. So unless we can track down the Medion we just lost. We have no means to communicate with them. No way of knowing what befell her sisters. No way to provide directions or guidance. Then we had best set our musings aside and concentrate on how we might find her. What did you witness out there that frightened you so? Why do you seek to keep it from us? How terrible could it possibly be? Correct me if I'm wrong, but Medion renders herself invisible by matching her etheric density to that of her surroundings, does she not? If so, could we not then disrupt her concealment with the sulfate of ether? Much how Emmett Selk solidified your presence when first we met you. Don't be absurd, I could hardly channel ether to a recipient whose whereabouts are hidden from me. Which is why we must all work together. Seer will continue to search in the same manner as before, but this time with you in tow. Once he ascertains Medion's likely location, you proceed to reveal our wayward familiar with a swift ethereal downpour. Very clever. Thankfully, she has made herself easier to capture by fleeing towards the lead. Assuming she is made visible, it would prove no great feat to herd her into a corner. Then we have our plan. Seer and Emmett Silk will be our tracker and trapper, respectively, while we others predict and obstruct Mateon's avenues of escape. Silk and I will keep an eye on each other's aether to help coordinate our efforts. Let us be about it. Well, it seems we are partners for the time being. Let us return to where we last saw Medion and pick up the trail from there. I will keep myself in a state of preparedness, ready to rain down ether at a moment's notice, meaning it falls to you to keep the way clear. Hey, we got Emmett with us. I just need to click that. Hang on, I might go off camera a little bit. Okay. There we go. I had to sit up. Why can't I fly? Are my functions being restricted? Hide. Yes, I'll just have to hide then. Or no one can find me. She went to the lake as if this wasn't tiresome enough. Well, at least that open expanse should make it easier to find. We won't lose her this time. We should be able to reach the bottom of this drop by climbing down the rocks at the water's edge. Do not even think of dragging me over the falls. Final days or no, if I end up drenched from head to toe, I swear I will feed you to the remora. Let's be off. Not here. I'm not here, please. By that rock, is she? Very well. Why can't I hide? Oh. Not strong enough. Stay away. I'm begging you. Don't make me say it. It will break him. His poor fragile heart. Now we have a chance. Once the others are in position, two of us can herd her into their midst. Maybe this is what sends Hermes over the edge. Maybe that's what you meant by his poor fragile heart. Is that if he were to hear this news, Hermes would become the one to do it. The one to set the motions into for the final days. Maybe. I don't know. I don't want him to. I don't want Hermes to be the reason of the final days. Also, you guys can leave me alone. Go away. She'll be behind a tree. No? Okay. There, I see her. Oops. Do we make another? No, okay, we just wind up on the other side. Okay, we started over there. Now we're over here. Okay.
Aha! Give chase. We shall herd her into the shelter.
Oops. Or Medion.
Please, Mission. We must speak.
I'm sorry, Hermes. I'm so sorry. If someone can hear these words, then please. Individual self-suspended. Connection with shared consciousness stable. Our survey is complete. We shall now report our findings. All units safely arrived at their respective destinations. Seeking answers to Hermes' question, we attempted to make contact with the intelligent denizens of each star. Results are as follows, in order of numerical code. Enna. Traces of civilization found. Structures believed to have served as domiciles. No extant life forms detected. Dio. Ruined remnants of buildings scattered across star, surface of which is encased in ice. Presence of life could not be verified. Tria. Evidence of large population centers, akin to cities recovered. No extant life forms found, only their lingering essence. Tessera. Edifices surmised to be abandoned residences found. No extant life forms detected. Deadly plague or extreme environmental degradation likely to have led to mass extinction.
They are all dead.
Octo. Star found in state of violent conflict. Contact successfully made with inhabitants, but deployment of weapons of mass destruction resulted in total annihilation of local population shortly thereafter. Inea. Star is a barren desert. No identifiable flora found. Bones of living beings resembling men discovered beneath sands, but determination regarding their intelligence inconclusive.
Remind me, Hermes, what exactly was the question you entrusted to Meteion?
I tasked her with asking what others live for. What gives their lives meaning.
Did you consider what may happen if the premise of the question is flawed? To be able to answer it, one must be living and desire to continue doing so. But if Meteion finds no living beings in the course of her journey, or none who desire to live, what then? What answers would she derive from their silence?
Meteion, enough! Suspend your mission and return hither at once.
Decapente. Local civilization once flourished under auspices of higher power. Said power later laid waste to civilization in fit of rage. Upon revealing this to me, entity elected to self-terminate in lieu of providing answer to question. No other intelligent life forms found.
Turning a deaf ear, are we? We are taking Meteion back to Amarot. As I understand, we will need her if we are to bring back all of her sisters.
Yes. Meteion. It isn't right, is it? It isn't right to turn away from the answer. Even if the answer is pain. even if we aberrations must scream ourselves hoarse to be heard. Aye. Whatever answers we find, I will not dismiss them out of hand. These words I said to you, and I will hold myself to them.
What is the meaning of this?
You cannot take Meteon, not until she has finished her report. All else must wait.
You fool!
Okay. Oh, that was nice of them to teleport us to the back to over here. Go away. Ooh, excuse me. Thank you, little sleepy. Again, not from the story. Just tired from waking up early and being up all day. What have we here? Excuse me, something happens like consistent. Mr. Vanette, so glad you're here. No one knows what prompted it, but the alarm was sounded and observers are unaffected, but everything and everyone else is weakened to a fraction of their usual capabilities. Then consider us forewarned. We do, however, have urgent business with Chief Hermes and must enter the premises regardless. Just gave up like that. Okay, cool. That said, Hermes is willing to enact such measures. I wonder what other obstacles he has seen fit to drop in our path. And I was hardly an effective combatant to begin with. I have little to offer beyond my vision. Then you will put that talent of yours to good use. You were fairly skilled at spotting weaknesses, if I recall. Fairly skilled? Now you've gone and raised everyone's expectations. You all need only make the most of your strengths, and I will fill the gaps as required. Real go-getter. I was once Azam after all. 'Twas my job to rise on the occasion, be that as defender, aggressor, or healer. Feel better about the lack of pros already. And you, Evansel, can impress us with your arcane majesty. You lob potent spells as easily as breathing, but can also channel that power into a protective manner if you so choose, yes? Well, yes, should the situation call for it. Give me a second. Sorry about that. I had to go find my charger because my phone is at 4%. There we go. Okay. Alright. So now, judging by the I have an entrance marker, I'm assuming I have a... Yep. I have a new... What you call it? Dungeon to run. Oh boy. Alright. right? Is that good? There we go. Yep, 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 yep. There we go. Alright. Now we wait. Alright, so as per usual, shouldn't be any crazy wild curves. Just gotta keep the tank alive. Keeping the tank alive is the main game. I forgot to change my freaking outfit. You know, in light of the circumstances that we're fighting in this area, this place is actually really fun looking. I wonder how he figured that. I'm pretty sure there's an easy way to telegraph that, but I missed it because I don't know what I'm looking for right now. Oh, the footprints. Ah, ha, ha. Nice. I like that. Oh, that looks cool. I had to figure that out later. Oops. Mr. Griffin, you're a little late to the party there, buddy. I saw you strolling on in. me. What about this guy? Oh gosh. I'm dead. Oh god. Thank you for finishing him off. That was really almost bad. Ooh. Hello. How you doing?
So, it comes to this. I've no wish to fight, but this time, I cannot yield. Though the world may think me a mad, desperate fool, I will hold fast to my conviction. I will have the time and tranquility I require. Dust and gale, gather to me! Ancient brand, unleash your power! Dancing winds, pierce my foes! Stars on high, all is rain! Streams of ether! Surge as one! Dancing winds, pierce my foes!
Never fails to happen.
Stars on high, fall as rain!
And I just might end up having a really bad positioning moment.
Even when transformed, I am not finished yet.
I got some. And so. At least we got GG's.
It's over, Hermes. In the name of the Convocation, I hereby take Meteon into custody. And setting aside the matter of your nomination, you will come with us too. We require your knowledge to assess and resolve the situation.
Meteon, I am so sorry. With that, I could have listened to your report in full. Reflected upon its meaning and conveyed it to others. That they might reconsider their chosen course. But I have failed. And that wish will never be realized. However, ere our fates become the province of others, I bid you tell me just one thing. Was there happiness in those distant stars? Was there a reason for living?
We conducted our search as per your instructions. We scoured historical records, communed with the spirits of the deceased, heard the final testaments of the dying, welcomed their shadowed hearts into our own. One race had striven to create a world bereft of animosity. They renounced relationships to avoid interpersonal strife, and in so doing brought about societal collapse. One race had renounced war and devoted itself to the enrichment of its people. They were conquered. Though they destroyed the enemy in reprisal, they could not regain their former glory. One race had concluded that finite time was the root of all woes. Aspiring to shatter its shackles, they went in search of infinity. They discovered nothing is infinite, and that neither time or death can be cheated. Disillusioned, they gave up on the future and themselves. One race had discarded all things that gave rise to sorrow, hoping to have only joy. They found joy lost its savor in the absence of sorrow, and lost their will to live. Though worlds apart, these peoples shared a belief. The belief that they had tried their best. That they had tried to fulfill their potential with every step and success. In the course of which, they learned the truth. That they would never be free of fear and sorrow, anger and despair, of loneliness, so long as they yet lived. Even now their souls cry out
this song of anguish. I lend my voice. We lend our voice. Oh, beloved mankind, shimmering jewels of beautiful Etheris, rejoice, for we will free you from the cruel yoke of existence. There is no need to struggle in vain, for in nihility awaits salvation. You will know peace and serenity, and it will be beautiful. We will make our nest at the edge of the universe, and there in the dark of dead worlds hold sorrow and suffering. There we will sing, our chorus ever louder and ever clearer, that our song may reach even this ether-shrouded star. Such is the answer we have found in the stars. Such is the gift we now offer to Etheris.
Who are you to decide our fate? To decree we live or die? Have you lost your mind? You heard what she said. She means to destroy us all, yet you'd still take her side?
In the name of the star, we have discarded those creations that we deemed flawed. If we ourselves are flawed, it does not stand to reason that we too should be discarded.
That is sophistry, and you know it!
Perhaps it is. Perhaps I am wrong. Who is to say that you are right? Let us settle this with a determination. In my authority as Chief Overseer of Elpis, I will make a judgment on man's fitness to exist. If he can learn to value all life and retain his will to live, even should his end be justified, he will surely find a way to avert his demise. If not, he will perish in star. As with all determinations, provisions must be made to ensure fairness. Kairos! Awaken!
Memory reconfiguration system Kairos activated. Awaiting instruction.
Command. Universal memory alteration. Target area. Catesis Hyperborea. Starting point. Arrival of Emmett Selk of the Convocation at Propylion. Endpoint. The present. Erase the memories of all events and replace with a vague recollection of the following. I was here, preparing to demonstrate the functionality of Kairos to Emmett Selk and Hitherdays. Meteon's shared consciousness became unstable. She and her sisters could not sustain their existence, and all dissipated with the burst. The resultant shockwave accidentally triggered Kairos, which erased several days of memories from all present. Execute.
Command acknowledged. Initializing. 3 processes remaining to execution.
Bravo. I dare say one would be hard-pressed to make it fairer. Everything that you told us, everything that has happened, the fact we've even met, it will all be gone.
Go, Meteor. To the edge of the universe, where none can reach you.
Hermes, won't you come with me? If you were to shed your flesh, I should be able to carry you.
I will remain. As a man, I will oppose the oblivion you bring.
Silly fool. Had you said yes, I would have granted you the gentlest end.
This ends here!
Fly, Meteor!
That is far enough, Hermes!
Argos, to me!
First process complete. 2 remaining to execution of memory reconfiguration.
As if we needed more pressure. No matter what, you cannot forget what happened today. For it is the key to saving your future. Your world. This fight is our fight. What comes after, our problem to contend with, not yours. No. Your own struggle awaits, and no one else can take your place. You must flee this place with your memories intact, and I will see that you do. Now then, where is it? There you are, my little confluence.
Almost! Very well then. You may elude us this day, but not forever.
Meteon's gotten away.
Second process complete. 1 remaining to execution.
No time for brooding. Listen well. Beyond lies a spatial confluence that connects the interior sections of this building. I will destroy the confluence and force open a way outside. When I do, you must jump through.
I cannot tell you how sorry I am. But neither can I let you escape!
Too brave by half. Exemplary work, as always, Emmett Selk.
What? But how? I thought the confluence was...
Over there? Yes. We were rather hoping we would.
It was never anywhere but where it is now. The instant those two began making their way towards nothing, 'twas clear the plan was a diversion.
I'm quite incapable of destroying a confluence, I must confess.
A gambit brazen beyond words. Though we've grown accustomed to reckless improvision due to the antics of an incorrigible associate. Though, in the case of certain present company, incorrigible is an understatement. Honestly, I'm beginning to suspect it's a requirement for every asset. There's no time! Quickly! Even now, I do not believe your tale. I would not suffer us to walk such a wretched path. Still, if it must be said, do not squander it. The legacy I leave you.
Final process complete. Executing universal memory alteration.
Go, Argos! I'm fine. Just a little tired. Can it be true? Are we the only ones left who see beauty in the world? In life? Are the stars above no more than husks of fallen civilizations? And yet, I feel her. Though she is unimaginably distant, I feel Meteion's presence, and the place where to we must go. Ere she made good her escape, I placed an enchantment upon her, one which allows us to follow her trail. She has already left the outermost bounds of Aetheris, and continues on her way. Given the vastness of the universe, it will still be no easy feat to track her down. But thanks to Emmett Selk and his Ladeus, all is not lost. We remember. So long as we remember, our fates remain ours to shape.
What a freaking ride. There's
I'd
a
like
lot
to
that
know
happened.
too. Let us ascertain the situation at Catesis Hyperborea, where they should still be. Given the likely state of their memories, however, it would be imprudent for us to approach them directly. In which case... I am sorry, my friend. I've asked much of you this day. But may I trouble you one last time? Argos will investigate in our stead. We will share in his consciousness and see and hear as if we were with him. Now, close your eyes and open your mind.
Thank goodness you are unharmed.
Unharmed? There is a gaping hole in my memories. I can scarcely remember arriving here in Elpis.
Forgive me. I was preparing to demonstrate the functionality of Kairos to our guests. But Meteion, her shared consciousness became unstable. And she...
So, that's what prompted the state of alert. And when you went to investigate, you were caught in Kairos's accidental operation.
So it would seem. It's all a blur to me.
Such an unfortunate accident. Oh, and what of Vinar and your other companion? You went inside together, as I recall.
We did?
If Vinar was with us, I have no recollection of it. But that there is her familiar, is it not? The fellow seems happy enough, so I think it's safe to assume his mistress is well. I haven't the slightest notion who this other companion might be, however.
Ah, well, that individual struck me as a bit different, for want of a better word. Perhaps it wasn't actually a person, but some manner of creation.
Curious. I must ask Vinar about it when next we meet.
Yes, you do that. Now, if we may tend to Hermes, whatever this Meteion did, it seems he bore the brunt of it. Once you are fit to travel, you will return with us to Amarot. We need to make certain there are no other ill effects. Also, I am here on business of the 14. We've already had the conversation, like as not, but since your toy wiped my memory, we'll have to have it again.
Yes, of course. As you see fit.
This Kairos, it manipulates memories through the emission of etheric waves, correct? There is a theory which holds that memories scoured by blasts of ether are restored when the soul is cleansed in the underworld. If true, then perhaps when our time comes to return to the star, we shall remember these few days we have lost.
I doubt aught of interest occurred. Look forward to the revelation if you like, but I should prefer to reminisce on more meaningful moments.
What a freaking scapegoat. What a freaking turd. Ah.
Let us rest, if only for a while. After all, you and I... Oh, we still have a long, long way to go.
Alright. What if that was a roller coaster. Oh my god. That was a wow. Now not to denounce Hermes for his misguided determination, or to conceive Emmett's self-consistent days that they may have deceived. No, we must instead ensure that the experiences Hermes sought to expose are preserved. What remains in our memories alone will be our weapon against the final days. We must fight this battle in your age, and I in mine. Come, let us walk together once more. I will see you to the doors of... Huh, well, I guess that's gonna be it then. That's gonna be it for this portion. We're going back to... We're going back. Yeah, this is actually a really good, like, you know, one of those story branches that go like you have to like go look to the past to find the answer or to uncover the truth. Man, that was great. That does suck though, man. That freaking Medion basically became corrupted. Not corrupted, but you know, just the ideal. And well, I guess yeah, corrupted. I guess yeah. In a sense, I guess. And then Hermes, you know, being pushed over the edge, even still was just like, I'm sorry. I could apologize all I want. Like that. That was good. That was good. That was really good. So they are the main villains. So I might be missing something. But does Hermes become the Fandaniel that we fought? Because if I remember correctly, it said that the Fandaniel we fought was before I said yes, the Fandaniel that we fought was what's his name from freaking Crystal Tower, from the Allegan Age. I can't remember his name. I can't remember his name. But he was the other guy. But from this, I'm getting that Hermes is the Fandaniel we fought. I don't know. I may be wrong. I may have like botched that up somewhere along the way. But anyways.
So, it is within. The portal that brought you hither, and will take you home. May you and yours emerge triumphant. Make use of the knowledge you have gained, that your days in Elpis and our friends' sacrifice be not in vain. With Meteion free to pursue her designs, 'tis only a matter of time until the final days are upon us. We must be ready. From fortifying our defenses to securing our escape, there is much to be done. In spite of this, we cannot allow the report that set this calamity in motion to become common knowledge. Were the masses to learn the fates of the other stars, I fear the situation would spiral out of our control. I must carefully consider who can be trusted. and bring them into the fold. Ordinarily, I wouldn't hesitate to call upon the 14. However, it was the desire for a fair determination that drove Hermes to attempt to erase our memories. And were he made aware of his actions, there is no telling whether he would remain a friend or become a foe. Alternately, we might try to alienate him from the convocation. Yet in doing so, we would deprive ourselves of a brilliant mind who would be invaluable in the crises to come. Quite the dilemma. Which is why I must work independently of the convocation. Regardless of how we proceed, if we are to permanently avert the final days, we must be equal to Hermes' challenge. We must prove that mankind is worthy to exist. And this hinges, I think, on how we confront the all-consuming despair that accompanies a senseless and seemingly inevitable end. Bewildered and divided, we would perish like the peoples of those celestial ruins. We could not hope to survive the final days, much less take the battle to Meteion at her nest. We must find a way to defeat despair, to unite and prepare as many as possible for the struggle ahead.
Then maybe it's not an escape ship. It's a ship meant to
Heavy will
travel
weigh
to
the
go
burden
fight
of
Meteion.
guiding this legion of souls. Yet I have faith in mankind's potential. As long as he believes in himself, there is naught he cannot achieve. So I will not give up on him. On us. You may find your world to be very different. Or perhaps the erasure of our friends' memories has sown the seeds of a conjunction between us. We cannot know until the moment is at hand. So shall I strive to do my best, taking naught for granted as I walk my path. And I pray you walk with me to the end. As you move forward, so too will I. As will all, resolved to fight for the morrow. And when mankind has found the strength to stand against despair, we shall silence the song of oblivion. She who sings it will learn our journey is far from over. This I promise. Fare you well, my light of the future, till we meet again.
Like how we got to keep our robes and our mask.
From this day forth, I shall strive to bring honor to the seat of Vandani.
And there's the first final days, I'm assuming.
Even now, I remember standing there, locked in a moment where the sky is aflame. Where stars fall as tears, and screams darken the seas. Where resignation rots the trees. Where terror twists magics into abominations. Such is the lament of they who have gone before. The song of they who tried and failed to create a better world. The song of the end. That which hides at the edge of the universe is no longer hope's creation. It is hopelessness incarnate. That day, mankind saw half of its number sacrificed to bring forth Zodiark. And covering the star in a shroud of ether, we forestalled the final days. Yet the cries echoed still. We wept for innocence lost, wailed for death inevitable. A reality too terrible to bear. And for too many who sought comfort in gilded memories of joyful days and tranquil nights.
This is all wrong! Why must we suffer so?
It needn't be like this. No. There must be a way to restore things to the way they were. To reclaim the perfect paradise we once had.
No, my friends. Suffering exists, and we cannot pretend otherwise. No civilization, however great, could eliminate it. If we would live, we must accept it as our constant companion. Let us not seek to forget this tragedy. Let us carry it in our hearts, that we may grow stronger and know true happiness.
We can't accept it! We won't accept it! It will be ours again! A world free of sorrow!
No, it will not. For there has ever been sorrow. Mankind was but spared its biting sting for a time. So please, open your eyes. To try and reclaim those lives we lost by sacrificing yet more isn't wisdom. It is weakness. No paradise is without its shadows. If we cannot accept this truth and learn from our pain, then our plight shall be repeated.
Mighty Zodiark! God, born of our boundless faith,
you. Hear our prayer. Accept this offering of lives, and deliver unto us the lives we once had. Deliver unto us the days of old. The days when the star was a font of love, and we knew naught but bliss.
You would destroy it? Our beautiful world?
Lands that stretched on forever. Skies one could drown in. The heartbeat of nature, silent yet strong. And amidst it all, a people. Beacons of light and life. Laughter that warmed my heart like naught else before. They are my meaning and my purpose. My love. In spite of, or perhaps because of this, I choose to believe in mankind's potential. In his ability to find a way forward. So let there be no way back. From that temptation, I sunder us. No more shall man have wings to bear him to paradise. Henceforth, he shall walk. All is excruciating pain. I breathe fire and torment. I birth a world of suffering to mire and plague. In one fleeting moment, lives come and go, ever moving towards the unknown. And in that fleeting moment, they cry for the answer to the question. Why, given life, are they meant to suffer, to die? As fragmented, imperfect beings, yours is a never-ending quest. A quest to find your purpose, knowing your end is assured. To find the strength to continue when all strength has left you. To To find joy, even as darkness descends. And amidst deepest despair, light everlasting. A conjunction has begun to form, an intertwining of your time and mine. When you truly understand what is at stake, and your journey has prepared you to surmount the insurmountable, then shall I honor the promise made in another time, another age.
Wow, that was that was that was even that was just as crazy just to end that. Wow. I do like that Banal was just, hey, we're gonna do this, but we're doing this the right way, with everything that comes with. You can't just pick what parts of life you want and what what aspects of life, enjoyment, sorrow, pain, love, happiness. You can't just pick which ones. You gotta be able to have both. That was good. I like that. Where am I going, by the way? I don't get to say bye to anybody down here? I freaking love this place. We only talked to like a couple of people, a handful of people, and now we gotta go back. We don't even get to say bye to Reen or Lena or any of the other ones. No, I'm just gonna head back. To be fair, we are on a pretty important quest, so it's probably best we do. Still. I heard you were off in the first as part of our efforts to investigate the final days. Well, as so often seems to be the case, while you were away, we've had some few developments, which we can discuss in just a moment. For now, however, I cannot tell you how wonderful it is to have you back. As the heavens burn. Though you and Crow both have news to share, hers is perhaps more urgent. Oh boy. So you learn more of the final days. I should probably change. Then the journey was well worth the risk. Yeah, I got these sick ass robes and a cool mask to boot. No doubt your newfound knowledge will be a great boon to us all. Unfortunately, during your time in the first events have taken a turn for the worse. The Scions are running themselves ragged trying to contain the spread of blasphemies, but it's a losing battle. To try and ascertain the where and why of it. Alize and Alphino have been traveling all over. All the regions they visited, Locus Amonis is one of the worst affected. Thancred, Estinian, and Graha took a detachment of allied soldiers there to offer aid and succor to those in need. But the province is vast. They only managed to visit a handful of coastal villages. It was an accomplishment worth celebrating still, but a drop in the bucket at best. In the meantime, Mastrola and Master Victoria have been making a concerted effort to establish a contact with Heidelin in the Ethereal Sea, but to no avail. As for Tataru and I, we've been keeping a close eye on the Forum. From what we've gathered, they've been constructing a vessel to ferry people to the moon, an ambitious project that has likely been years, if not decades in the making. However, since we've seen no sign of it thus far, I suspect it's still incomplete. You will also recall the proposal issued by Master Forchenault to the people of Radzathan. Following their discussion, Vritra declared his support for the plan and urged those who wish to evacuate to accept the forum's invitation. So far, so good, but that's where things get a little strange. Apparently, the forum caught wind of the lunar teleporter in the Tower of Babel and decided to use it to deliver people to the moon instead of their mysterious ship. Therefore, to secure safe passage for the Hanish refugees to the tower, Alphino, Alize, Stinian, and Graha traveled to Garlemald not too long ago. Trouble is, the capital was hardly the safest place to begin with, and now the final days have come to Garlemald. Shortly after our friends arrived, they were sent to the rendezvous with Master Forchenault. Then panic broke out and our communications were severed. From what fragments we were able to make out, before the link shell went completely silent, we could only assume the phenomenon was has spread to the capital. The others need you, Asir. Please, you must help them. Having you there will make all the difference, I'm sure of it. Camp Broken Glass was their first port of call, so you'd best start there. Hopefully Lucia will know where they are. There's no telling what you'll be walking into, so you'd best take every possible precaution. Aye, Captain, and then freaking just this banter freaking... Okay, alright. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. There we go. We'll just put that one off right now. Just so that we're not in that. Okay. And away we go. Why am I purple? Why is my aura purple? Has it always been purple? Am I starting to go colorblind? Skies over Garlemald are ablaze, but it's events on the ground that concern me. As you will have heard, your fellow Scions arrived ahead of you. We cut the customary greetings short after we received word from our troops on the Magna Glaciers that the Forum's airship had landed. It was then that the heavens began to burn. I dispatched your friends at once to ensure the refugees came to no harm. I would have you join them immediately. Additional support is en route, but we will discuss them later. Trust your ready to depart. Upon departing, several cutscenes will play in the sequences recommended. Okay, alright, well then, at that point, it is, yeah, yeah, that makes sense, yeah, because he was one of the people that, he was one part of the people that Emmett recreated in his Amarot. Answer is Heidelin's song. Yeah. Alright. But we did hit that 3-hour mark. Put 3 hours into this. I'm ready to continue, but man, I want to be awake to finish this because this is getting extremely, insanely good. I want to finish it and see what happens, but at the same time, I don't want to finish it because this is a really good story and really good game. I just don't want to finish it. Alright, well, that's where it's gonna end for tonight. Thank you all for watching. Y'all have a good night. Have a good morning. Have a good day, whichever it is, whenever it is.